Hello beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning in, watching and listening. This is the May 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Leo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post videos in the future. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at May. Column number 3, we're going to take a look at money. Column 4 will be love, and on the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. So something to take into the end of May with you. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. Now let's see what summary card we have. We have the card formation. Let's see. Oh, sorry, just bumped the camera. Let's see, Leo, what messages we have from the last few weeks. The first card we have is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is a card oftentimes of having to make a choice. You see there's 2. Anytime we have 2, that does indicate oftentimes that there's a choice going on. But this can also be like having to weigh your options. You see this person's also kind of trying to balance these things, weigh them out to see which is the better choice. The next card that we have is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a necessary transition. It could also be moving or relocating, so some of you very well could be moving or relocating. When you look at this card, it's a little gloomy. They're facing away from us, their heads are hanging low, and there's a bunch of swords stuck into the boat. But again, with this card, this is a card of necessary transition. So you are definitely going through a transition, but it was something that needed to happen. Same is true if you did just move as well. The next card that we have is the Magician. The Magician is a really good card wherever we have it in the reading. It is a very creative card. It's about turning your visions into reality. It's very inspired action. On this card we have a pentacle, a cup, a sword, a wand, and that infinity sign at the top. So this is saying you can do it all. You can have whatever you want, Leo. What I'm getting from this, kind of just at a high level, is that you did have to make the decision to go through this necessary transition, but it is going to give you that ability to have that magician type energy of being able to actually get where you want to go. The next card that we have, or excuse me, the clarifying card that we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, very practical. I feel like as you were weighing your options and making that decision with the Two of Pentacles, this is just like validation. I feel like that you were thoughtful in your decision making. Good to see, Leo. I feel like you did take the time to weigh your options, think through, and again, just make that solid and practical decision. The next card that we have is the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of newness. In the case of the Ace of Swords, this is oftentimes a new idea, or it could be some sort of new mental clarity. In general, very high level, I would say that this is taking you on this new path, but there could be some additional mental clarity that comes with this. And by mental clarity, this is coming through as like being able to better see what you want. At the bottom here, we have the World card. The World card is a card of completing a lesson or goal. This could too be travel or moving. That same thing with that Six of Swords. So again, some of you could have been moving or actually traveling, but not surprised to see the World card. This is like the world going full circle. Again, that completion of a lesson or goal. And that makes sense because you're going through this transition. So something is ending and you're moving on to something new, Leo. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is general, what's coming for May. We have the card Revision. So likely you'll be revising a plan of some sort, but let's see what messages come through. The first card that we have is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a very traditional card. It's a card of traditions, convention. It's a very conventional card of expectations or conformity. I'm getting that things are going to be exceeding your expectations. And I feel like you could be like breaking out of your usual. Possibly that's what the revision is. You always do something a certain way. And you're going to start revising or changing the way that you do something. You're again kind of breaking that to tradition or exceeding expectations. We're going to come back to that card and clarify a little bit further. The next card that we have is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card of friendship, celebration, circle of support. Celebration is the word that seems to be standing out here for me. I do feel like there will be something that you're celebrating this month, Leo. It could be a circle of support as well, where you're being supported by family, friends, or loved ones. Again, we're going to clarify that a tiny bit more. Then at the bottom here, we have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a card of ill health, worry, could sometimes be financial issues. I feel like some of you may have a cold that you're kind of working through, or you could be having like allergies. I know that sounds weird, but that's the message that's coming through there. But more than anything, I don't know that I see financial struggles. We'll of course clarify, but it seems like there is something you're worried about going into the month of May, Leo. The first card that we have is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. So what I'm going to say is this revision, this change that you're making is likely driven by that desire for long-term security. There's something you want in the future. There's something you want long-term. And that's what's causing this revision. And again, the Hierophant is that card of being very conventional, being very traditional. This is like thinking out of the box. It's changing the way that you've always done things, Leo, to get you to where you want to be. The next card that we have is the Two of Pentacles. We had the Two of Pentacles earlier. Kind of neat to see this. So obviously a decision was made. You're very solid, very practical thinking about it. We saw that Six of Swords saying you were going through that transition. But what I think these two cards pair together now, again, we said celebration was that big word with the Three of Cups. It looks like you're going to be celebrating this Two of Pentacles decision that you made either a few weeks ago within the last month. So really neat to see that that decision is now paying off for you and you're at the point where you're celebrating that decision that you made, Leo. The next card that we have is the Strength card. The Strength card is a card of self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, and courage. We need to talk about courage and worry here. So whatever you're worried about, you do to make sure that you have the courage, Leo, to just keep pushing forward. Whatever it is, just keep pushing forward, keep working through it. And that's really the thing. You have to be like self-confident and self-assured in this situation and kind of put this worries to bed. So be the lion on this card. Now in our next column, we're going to take a look at anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. Again, anything that you associate with money, Leo. The first card that we have is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a really, really good card. Typically this is a love card, but of course it can have meaning anywhere where we're reading. When you think of the Knight of Cups, it's truly that like Prince or Princess Charming type energy, that knight in shining armor. It's very romantic, it's very proposal-like. When we see in the money column though, this is typically going to be like a new business relationship, like a new business partner, a new coworker, a new boss, or it could be a business proposal of some sort. This could also be like a financial advisor or like an investment advisor. So I would be looking for a new relationship as it relates to money or your career, but it's going to be a very healthy one. Again, this is like the ultimate partner card. So love to see it. And whatever proposal that's coming through with this, again, is going to be that very, very nice, beautiful image. The next card that we have is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very self-sufficient, very honest. honesty is the key that's sticking out here. So I feel like if you need more work, you need to ask for more work. If you need less work, or if you're too busy, you need to be letting somebody know here. Communication seems to be key. Definitely make sure you start out on the right foot with this new relationship that's coming into. Be very honest about what you've seen, what you've experienced, what you want. Honesty is going to be key for one of those for that relationship. The next card that we have is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions or isolation. Isolation is actually the word that's sticking out this card, and I don't typically get that, but I feel like you've been working like really hard by yourself, and now you'll be getting that support with that Knight of Cups. But I kind of just see you heads down, Leo, working hard on your own, and again, we're moving away from that state of isolation, it feels like now. But let's clarify. The first card that we have, our first clarifying card, is the Tower card. This is a card that comes through as an unwanted change. So interesting to see these two paired together. Maybe you had a coworker leave, or you had an employee leave and you were really upset about it, and that's that unwanted change. But this is like kind of the light at the end of the tunnel with that Knight of Cups type energy. Very positive, very meaningful. Again, it's going to be a great relationship, a great proposal, regardless if it's coworker, employee, boss. The energy looks really good. But what I'm getting is that there was something unwanted that got you to this point. Maybe you were feeling ready to hire another employee and you had to, or again, you had an employee leave and now you had to hire somebody else, or maybe you had a great relationship with your boss and your boss left your job. So again, I do feel like there was some unwanted change that's getting you to this point, but this new relationship is going to be really promising too. The next card that we have is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a card of victory, award, recognition, good news, success. I feel like this is saying in order to be successful, you need to be honest in the things that you want and need. So let's start there. But I do see celebration sticking out too. So I feel like there could be some sort of recognition for you in the month of May, Leo, as it relates to your job. Then at the bottom here, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a very like gossipy type card. It's a card of seeking truth. And what I'm getting is like you're kind of staying to yourself just because there has been a lot of gossip or like a lot of water cooler talk. And anytime I see the Page of Swords, my advice, Leo, is to continue to avoid that type of gossip or water cooler type card. So in this one instance, I would say kind of keeping to yourself or continuing to keep to yourself is a good idea, just given that Page of Swords. The next one, we're going to take a look at anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationships, children, anything that you associate with love. And let's see what we've got here. The first card we have is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, very thoughtful. When I see the King of Swords, I think long term. For those of you that are in a relationship right now, I do feel like this is potentially a relationship that could be very long lasting for you. If you're single and looking for a relationship, this is your desire almost, I feel like, to find that long-term relationship. The next card that we have is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is very reliable, very patient, very hardworking. For those of you that are single, I do get this message that you need to continue to be patient. Again, I see your desires here, and this is saying, okay, just keep being patient. The other thing is you need to keep putting yourself out there, like possibly try a different dating app or go to a different, I'm not saying you should pick up people at bars, but go to a different bar to try and find somebody. So I'm feeling like you need to continue to be patient and continue to keep pursuing. For those of you that are in a relationship already, patience is important in the relationship as well too. I feel like this is a good reminder, Leo, to be patient with your existing partner, especially as we go into May. Then at the bottom here we have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of working hard, but it's like being really good at what you do. So I feel like, again, for those of you in a relationship, this is a good relationship. You're committed, you're working hard for it, and so are they. So overall strong traits. And again, for those of you single and seeking, this is like confirmation that you're willing to put in the time, the energy, the effort. Again, this is like a reflection of your desire and your willingness to commit at this point. The first card that we have for clarifying is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card of friendship or celebration. We had this card a little bit earlier in the reading, but I do see you spending some time, maybe more time than you have recently, with some friends, which is always good. So do take time for your friends in May. On the celebration front, this is paired with that King of Swords, which is, again, this is just saying that this is good long term. If some of you are hoping to get in a relationship, I feel like patience is the word that's coming in, but this could be you celebrating a new relationship as well. So May could possibly be the month of the shift there. The next card that we have is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is that Princess or Prince Charming card. We had that just a little bit earlier in our money row. Again, that's truly that knight in shining type energy. I, of course, love to have this card in the love column because it is like the ultimate love card. Again, it's very romantic, very proposal-like. Some of you could be entering into a new relationship with this Prince or Princess Charming. Some of you could be getting engaged or married with this type of energy. And it's on top of that Knight of Pentacles, which was, again, that patience card. So patience should be paying off for you soon, whether you're committed or single. It's looking really, really good there. Then at the bottom, we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very self-sufficient and very honest. We had the Queen of Swords in the previous column also. Lots of kind of duplicate cards here. But honesty is key in the relationship too. This is going to sound strange, but I'm going to give you the message that I'm hearing, Leo. Sometimes you need to actually tell people how hard you're willing to work for a relationship. I know that sounds weird, but like I feel like in today's day and age, like some people just don't try. And this is saying that there might be a point where you need to just verbalize the fact that you're willing to make the effort. And this is whether you're single or in a relationship. So keep that in mind. Now in our fifth and final column, let's take a look at a message from our future self or spirit guide. So something to carry into the month of May with us. We have the card Surface. I really like the Surface card. When I see this card, it's about having like a bubble around you, Leo, and it's letting the good things in only, and everything else has to just kind of bounce off of you. So only good, everything else bounces off of you. It bounces off the surface, rolls off of you. Well, let's take a look here and see what messages we've got. Look at that spread. The first card that we have is the Wheel of Fortune. For those of you that have listened to my videos before, you know the Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. It's a card of good fortune. It's a turning point. Overall, a card of good luck. So I feel like some of you are at a tipping point here, or a turning point. The next card that we have is the Sun card. It really doesn't get much better than the Sun card. Super, super good card. The Sun card is a card of material happiness, joyous outcomes, success. I feel like you're at the tipping point of all these things, of being truly happy and truly feeling joy. Then at the bottom here we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a very free-spirited card. And when I see this card, it means like freedom. So not only are you at the tipping point of happiness and joy, you're at this position where you're going to be feeling free really soon. It's a really neat reading here. Solid message in that last column there for you. First clarifying card we have is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is just saying you have lots of options. If you take a look at this card, there's something different in every single cup here. This could also be a card of being non-committal, so make sure you commit to this turning point or going down this new path. The next card that we have is the Chariot. The Chariot is the vroom vroom card. It's being on a journey, it's action, change. Again, we're at that turning point, so in order to be at that turning point, things have to be moving. And again, we're moving towards this really beautiful Sun card, that true happiness, that joy. And at the bottom here, we have the Magician card. Again, the Magician card is turning those visions into reality. So whatever you want, you can have. You're free to have those things now. At this point in time, Leo, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 8 of Hearts. This is the number 36 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2 is the 7 of Clubs. This is the number 20 card. That's a yes. And for question number 3, we have the 8 of Clubs. This is the number 13 card. That's going to be a no. So Leo, we have no, yes, no. We're going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you throughout the month of May. Put it in your pocket, put it in your nightstand, keep it in your pocket. Just keep it with you through the month of May, and it'll help support you. You have Rose Quartz. This is a crystal of softness, love, really good for self-love. Helps you be gentle but firm, and also makes you more lovable. Last but not least, we're going to do a card from our Healing Notes deck. Leo, your note says, the best things in life are free, and it's important never to lose sight of that. So look around you. Wherever you see friendship, loyalty, laughter, and love, there is your treasure. Thank you so much, Leo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, when you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thanks again, Leo, and have a wonderful May.